Hi all, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we will help you with the strategy to tackle quants in FRM and CFA exam. So the topic specifically is how to study quants in a structured way, process to prepare in a well structured way. So let's move ahead. And before we go ahead, please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't so far, and stay till the end of the video. It's going to be very useful for you. I mean, it will help you having some strategy to tackle your quants, which is perceived to be most difficult in FRM and CFA by non-engineering students, I would say specifically. So let me just tell you something. This is a poll that we run in our FRM group on daily basis. So very simple question was asked. So if you focus on this, it just asks that indication of multicollinearity is. So before we go ahead, this is our Telegram group. So if you want, there is a description. There is a URL in a description box if you want to connect with our Telegram group, and this is our WhatsApp group, which is dedicated WhatsApp group, free WhatsApp group, I would say rather. It's for FRM, MBA, and CFA students. It helps them uh, bringing their knowledge level up. And this is one more group, wherein we usually post our poll. So if you notice, the question that was asked was indication of multicollinearity is, like, there were four options given. So yeah, this is a correct option. So in Telegram group, around 14 people opted. They appeared for the poll, and they could answer. So 50% answered it correctly, but yeah, at the same time, the people who answered incorrectly was 50%. And over here, like, this is our main group wherein we have got a good level of knowledge in our group. We had 15 correct answers and three incorrect answers. And likewise, it's different distribution in this group. Why I'm emphasizing, if you notice the question and look at the options, it's quite trivial. It's quite trivial if you know the fundamentals, but if you don't know the fundamentals, then this kind of question also can be a nightmare for you. So what's the strategy? Understanding fundamentals, of course, is a strategy, but how? That's the big question mark, because it's not something that if you know that you not need to understand fundamentals, but if how is not clear, then that's a big problem. So, and trust me, in the exam, if you get these kind of question, you are very lucky. But that's not the real case, because in exam, this concept can be mixed with your other papers like valuation and risk models, or other concepts from the paper two, that is quant itself, from say machine learning. So there is a lot of permutation and combination that can be created in the exam. So how to tackle that? And once again, I'm emphasizing, if you haven't joined our WhatsApp and Telegram group, please do so. Link is there in the description box, and follow our other channels also on the LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So have you ever noticed the same stuff? Do you also feel the same? Sometimes, like, these are the concepts that one faces. So have you also tackled the same situation? Like when you hear these kind of concepts, L-jung box, Q static, white noise, box PSQ static, AD Fuller test, JB test. Have you ever noticed, does it mix when you study stuff? Or have you ever ever felt that you forgot the concept which you studied? Say, like, if I were to think about white noise, it comes first in your curriculum order, then followed by other stuff. So have you ever thought, when you study other stuff, you have forgotten white noise? That's the common problem faced when you study the quants. So how to tackle that? Let me just go back. Yeah, we are on a correct track. So yeah, so this is a common problem faced by FRM and CFA candidates when they study quantitative analysis. And let's see. So this is a situation of their heartbeat when they see their concepts. So coming back to our original question that we had, indication of multicollinearity. Let me talk about this now. This was just uh, like experience when people look at the after completing the entire reading, when they go for questions, they realize that they have forgotten everything in context of these concepts. That's the biggest problem that is faced. So yeah, coming back to our question, like in our question, we were asked that when you have multicollinearity. So if you notice, this was a live test that was just run before this video, just now before we are making this video. So over here, like if you notice, this was an arbitrary data that was taken to understand how salary, how the salary of the employee is relevant to number of years of experience that employee has and the age of employee. So these two are independent variables which are trying to estimate the salary of the employee. That is your dependent variable. Your salary depends on your years of experience and the age. So that's something which is an input, that is xi variables, and you're trying to estimate the dependent variable. And if you notice, the y uh, f static is quite high, whereas your t static is quite low. So this is quite significant. So there are a lot of stuff or background to it when I significant and when I say insignificant. In this case, I'm not using the confidence interval to comment, but if you notice, this f static is quite high, value of this quite high, and t static has a very low value. So it is quite insignificant. What does it means? That your xi or independent variables jointly explains variation in dependent variable well. But when it comes to explaining separately, like say for example, if I run only regression of years of experience with salary and separately with age, then they may not do that much well. So like that's the indication of multicollinearity. Your f static is significant and your t static, which is for, so f static is for multiple regression. You need to understand what is multiple regression, not what is normal linear regression. So t static is insignificant. So when you try to understand y, movement in y using separate variables separately, then they may not do well. But if you join this together, then they do well. So that f static is significant and t static is insignificant. This is a normal testing that was done in the Python Jupyter. So we have used Python Jupyter to run the analysis on the arbitrary data of years of experience, age, and so you can look other variables also. This JB test, it also is used to uh, understand, see, I mean, if your distribution is normal or not. Likewise, you have something skewness, a lot of concepts can be covered in the one example. So that's the holistic view that can be learned to understand a lot of things in one example. So if I go back to our original question, this was a correct answer. So your significant F, but insignificant T, same thing here, same thing here. This is a correct answer. And this was demonstrated using the arbitrary example. So this was generated from Python and on the arbitrary data. And this is the plots that you can have. So if I study years of experience versus salary separately, and years of age versus salary separately. So if you notice, when we talk about only age, there is the error term is quite high. If I try to fit a single line in these two variables, the error terms would be quite high. It's years of experience which are highly correlated with, I mean, I can have a very good line when I try to fit here. So this is again generated from the Python on the arbitrary data just before this video. So if you notice, like over here also, I can think that years of experience has quite high T static. So as compared to age and years of experience is quite significant. That also can be seen from this plot. If I try to plot salary versus year experience, the data points are quite near as compared to age. Likewise, different permutations and combination, years of experience and age, something similar to this. And these graphs are like years of experience, so not related. So these are the two, number one and number two, that you can just refer for your analysis. So quite similar, salary versus your years of experience, but I would think this is a best estimate, because I would imagine years of experience is an independent variable and my dependent variable is salary, as against what we have here, wherein we have salary as a dependent variable and years of experience as a independent variable. So like, yeah, I mean, and for plotting purpose it's fine, but in realistically this is a correct relationship between uh, like independent and dependent variable. So this was about the question that we had asked in the poll. This was the objective of having this small video. But yeah, I just want to cover little more in continuation of this example only. Have you ever thought, like, if you are a FRM candidate or a CFA candidate, mainly when it comes to quants, have you ever felt that concepts are getting mixed? So like when you read it you think that you have understood, but when it comes to applying things jointly, if I want to apply jointly say multicollinearity with ML, so when ML you have got two things, that is ridged and lasso regression. So when I talk about multicollinearity fixing using this, have you faced ever difficulty and felt in the situation like this guy is? Let's see. And like, if I think that if you are FRM candidate and if you have got quantitative analysis phobia and ever felt that it's like memory Olympics, like you try to memorize formula and you consistently tend to forget. So you are in Olympics or memory Olympics and you're constantly dropping the ball. Have you ever felt yourself in that situation? Yes, if yes, no, please do comment in the comment box. Let's move ahead. Like, have these topics or names, have they given you a quants trauma? I would say a stationary time series, non-stationary time series. Like, have they given you trauma like this? Bit funny, but yeah, I'm just trying to convey the the usual experience that is, or the usual situation that is faced by difficulty faced by the candidates. And these kind of examples, like if I talk about machine learning chapters that we have you ever felt confusing, or have you ever thought that if you have understood the concepts thoroughly when it comes to ridge regression, lasso, these are techniques to regularization. When I say regularization, do you know what regularization is? So if not, then again, like, it I mean, it will be a mess again, mix of topics. And coming back to probability hypothesis testing, entropy. These are topics from machine learning wherein you try to measure uncertainty, entropy, Gini measures. So there is a lot of background to it. If you understand, the learning can be fun. Trust me, you can enjoy these topics if you understand the concepts thoroughly. And again, the same candidate is just asking, is there a structured and smart way to tackle quantitative analysis? That's the dilemma if you are from non-engineering background. And yes, like I would say that the most beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. It will help you tackling exams, interviews, and job performance, very good job performance. It's not really like you are just clear the exam, but if you have learned the things, then at job places also you can just perform outstanding, just perform excellent. So that's the beautiful thing about learning. So focus on learning. Don't get afraid of difficult topics. There are structured ways that can be used to learn, and eventually that will ensure that you clear exams, you clear interviews, you do very well in your job performance. Like at job places, you do at a workplaces, you are in a very good position to apply these things. Like if you fail at this only, then there is a problem. So that's the beautiful thing about the learning. It not only helps you cracking the exam, but it's about the entire career journey that we focus on. So like if I were to tell you few bullets about tackling the exam, it's the focus, where exactly your focus is. So like most of the times what a student doesn't do is they directly jump on the difficult question banks, thinking that that will help them a lot. But trust is, uh, again, I would say a simple language. Common sense is not that common. So if you think a basic understanding of the topics, if you're fundamentally thorough, then even if you don't solve difficult or most difficult question banks, I'm not saying you don't practice, you practice, but most important is fundamental understanding, the right direction. So avoid your wasting your precious time in unwanted direction. Sometimes students are not even clear if some concepts exist. What's the objective of having that concept in the FRM or CFA exam? That's where it's a big lapse. Like you completely move in the different direction. Your focus is mainly on, say, mugging up formulas, remembering, so memorizing formula. This is a focus. Of course, I'm not saying you don't need to remember formula, but entire focus shouldn't be on that. See, today's world is smart. There are a lot of softwares that exist which can calculate parameters easily. It's your understanding, it's your interpretation, it's your decision making ability which will differentiate you from the rest of the crowd. So the focus on the right thing to achieve your objective is most important. So focus and exam oriented preparation, of course, uh, in this way we are preparing for the exam. So exam oriented preparation is most important. So focus on the exam oriented preparation and have the right direction. Okay. And it becomes very difficult when you are preparing on your own. Like see, in any journey, the role of mentor or role of a guide, role of a teacher is the most important. If you are on your own, then you are on a random walk. You are on a scat. I mean, you don't have a structured way. When you have got a perfect mentor, perfect teacher who can get you on the right track, is something which is most important. You can see that this is something which you can achieve if you have got right direction, right mentorship, right structure from the experienced people. That's where the uh, probability of your success in terms of clearing exams, in terms of cracking interviews, in terms of doing well in your job, that's where the role of the mentor is. And yeah, I mean, best mentor who can make you think. Like it's not just that a traditional teaching. It's just a mentor who can upbring your thought process is is the best mentor. It's not just teaching. Say, for example, uh, I mean, someone comes up with a direct PPT and teaches you topic and just leave. It's not that. It's about someone who can bring your thought process to the next level. That's the best mentor. Trust me. I mean, it's not really something who can make you feel good by teaching simple ways, simple topics, and make you in a comfort state. It's someone who can make you think, make you in a stress situation when your brain is trying to think. That's where the role of the mentor is. So, a very nice picture, I would say, that is conveying this message. And with that, this is something which we have. I mean, if you want to have for entire package, you are most welcome. But if you want to just have for quantitative analysis, like we have got the package which can give you the best explanation on the topics, very holistic view that you are given. So, and along with the question, practice questions, along with the very concise exam oriented preparation, it's completely, I mean, it's completely filtered information. Lot of unwanted information is there in your curriculum. I would not say that unwanted, but like if you have got holistic view, the remaining dots are joined on their own. So it's a very comprehensive package that we have. If you are interested, get in touch with our team over WhatsApp. They'll guide you if you have any further queries. But trust me, this is something which is, I would say, is most important. Like role of the mentor is to make you think. It's not a trivial teaching. When it comes to practical example, it's the it's the ball game is slightly different. So just give us a try. Have a look at our past demo sessions that we have, different topics that we have covered when we solve the questions. So those are available on our YouTube channel. So go through that, and if you think that we can serve you best, please do reach out to our team and connect with them. They'll help. They'll be happy to help you out. Stay connected with the channel, and yes, and do subscribe to our channel if you haven't so far. And as I said, that the best job of the mentor is, or the best mentor is a person who can stimulate your thought process. And please do subscribe to our channel. It will help us getting more reach for people or students like you. And it would be, and please do share. I mean, if you think this information can be useful for any of your peers, friends, relatives, please do share with them. And yeah, stay connected with the channel. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. Stay connected.